Good morning, folks. Hey, I want to spend some time today again on PTSD. It's one of the things that I work on a bunch over here at my offices here in St. Louis. I get a lot of military veterans in, as you know. I've said that plenty of times before, but I get a lot of civilians in too. And the military people come in for PTSD. The civilians come in for PTSD, I suppose too, but trauma more than anything. And the thing that both of these groups have, whether military or civilian, is I think from the experience that they got, they now have a huge fear of death. And I say that PTSD is hugely a major issue with PTSD and trauma is the fear of death. These folks got a very close encounter with death. They may have saw it, they may have witnessed it, it may have almost happened to them. And now they are quite shocked by it. And that shock is PTSD or trauma. It's really the fear of death. Because they saw death up close and they saw how bad it can be. Here they are in this happy, happy life where everything is fine and dandy, and then something huge, like someone getting killed, dying, or them almost getting killed and dying, all of a sudden that becomes their experience, and boy, are they rattled now. They never had that experience before, so they are quite shocked indeed. And that shock stays with them another day, week, month, and a year, and it doesn't go away, because in their mind, their mind is filled with the horrors of that experience, whether it happened to someone else or whether it almost happened to them. And their mind is filled with that experience. They remember so much of the details about it. They go over it and over it and over again in their minds thinking about it. It never goes away. They think about it all day long. At night, they still don't stop thinking about it. Their mind does not shut down. Their mind is going on to all sorts of things, not just the tragedy itself that they experience, but their mind is going over all sorts of stuff because their mind is searching for answers. Their brain is searching for answers to what is this thing all about, this death and dying experience that they had. What is life and death all about? As I always say, why are we here? What are we here for? What are we supposed to do? What happens when we die? We are given this life. We have this life. We have people we love and care for. People love and care for us. We have lots of laughs and giggles. We have some good times. We have some bad times. But, you know, we're used to living this life. We never really question why we're here at this time. We never really question what happens when we die. We pretty much believe we're going to die because people die all the time, and we're probably really not no exception to that rule. But we don't think about that very much because we're all into having a happy, fun time here in this playground called Earth, as long as it's a playground for us anyway. And so when we get exposed to what we got exposed to, the death, dying experience, then it is quite a shock indeed. It takes us out of our happy, happy phase, the attitude, the personal thing that we were living, life that we were living, and now it puts us into this other life about, wow, life and death is serious. I'm alive now, yay, but I'm going to die. And wow, what is that all about? Because people do die, and I guess, even though I never thought about it very much before, I guess I'm going to die too. So what happens when I die? And how will I die? And how painful will it be? And, you know, is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Is there a God? Does he know me? Will I go to heaven? Will I go to hell? Will I just die in the ground like a bug, like a worm? And if so, then what is my life? What is the meaning of my life? Nothing? That I'm alive now, but I'm going to die, and I'm just going to get buried, I guess, and everyone's going to forget all about me, and they're going to all be caught up into their life. What the heck is this thing all about? It don't make sense. I don't have the answers. And so our brain constantly is searching and searching and searching for those answers. Our brain is looking at everything inside our head that we've learned already that's stored inside our head, all of our experiences, everything that we've ever experienced before, and our brain goes searching through all of that, looking for some sorts of answers. And it doesn't find those answers. That's why it keeps on searching. That's what the anxiety is all about. We have a great big problem and we don't have any answers for it, and so our brain keeps searching for it. And it takes us out of any moods that we might have for partying and socializing, because we're so caught up in trying to figure this thing out. So there is no socializing, there is no partying. We're pretty withdrawn, we're pretty shut down. We don't really want to go out with people. We feel danger lurking all the time because we fear death, we fear dying, and so we don't want to go out in any dangerous situations. We can become quite a shut-in indeed, because we just don't want to be out there where there's any chance of dying. And there is outside, there's all sorts of chances of dying. We hear about that all the time, and we don't want to be no part of that, so we stay shut in. We'll go to the grocery store, we'll go to work, we'll go to the doctor's office, but we're going to pick our times, and we're going to go when it's safe, as often as possible anyway. We're going to go when it's safe and we can get in and there's less danger. We're going to minimize our travel routes. We're going to go and do our business, and we're going to get out of there as soon as we're done. We're not going to stick around and socialize and have some laughs and giggles with anyone. We're probably going to go in, get our business done, pack it up, and get out of there and get back home where it's safe again, get back home again where it's safe, and continue on from there. So, and it's all because of why? Again, it's a fear of death. And so that is what is ailing so many people. And the reason it ails them for as long as it does is they never resolve the issues, the problems of what's it like to die, and what's going to happen when I die. So this drives them, if I can use the term, it drives them crazy, trying to get those answers. They don't know where those answers are. Their head is just filled with these questions. They can't sleep at night. They toss and turn, many bad dreams, wake-ups. They're only sleeping 2 or 3 or 4 hours a night. They got to get up the next morning, go to work. They are not cheerful. They are not energetic. They have no motivation. They have no enthusiasm. They're doing their job. They're probably doing a good job, but they're certainly not putting, they know they could do a better job, but they just don't have the energy because they are mentally, physically tired and fatigued from not sleeping all night. They probably have migraine headaches, and all the migraine headaches are about is not enough sleep. Their brain is mentally and physically tired and fatigued, and that's migraines. So all the migraine medications in the world, okay, sure, they can numb that migraine headache up some, but they're not going to cure it. They got to cure the cause of it. And what is the cause of it? Lack of sleep. And what's causing the lack of sleep? Anxiety. What is anxiety? Unanswered questions, unsolved problems. And what is the unanswered questions, the unsolved problems? What is this life all about? Why am I here? What am I here for? What am I supposed to do? What is my purpose? Am I doing my purpose? I'm going to die. What happens when I die? Is there a heaven? Is there a hell? Which one am I going to? Is there a God? What is this life all about? A bunch of questions and no answers. But you can't feel bad, folks, because there's a bunch of other people out there, with the same problem. And that's what we try to work on here. Is there solutions to all these problems? Yes, indeed there is. Yes, indeed there is. And I'm going to try and cover it more next time, but that is all for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely looking forward to the next time. You folks take care. Thank you so much.